phones. Wake up and see your own eyes in the mirror. You come face to face with our common foe. When you got the choice, it's best to be fighting the devil. You know than the one that you don't. Y'all know me, nigga. Y'all copy me, it ain't flattering. It's pissing me off. I see him and I see BS. Turn this TV off if you get involved. Won't be missed at all. Don't know what you're smoking. I can read the future with a crystal ball. It goes on and on. It's just haters all appalled. And they y'all still waiting on mix to fall. Like, oh Lord, y'all gonna be waiting a minute. Haters gonna pray that I'm finished. Man, I'm just glad that I'm really divine and I ain't as lame as you bitches. Man, I'm so tired of hearing these top fives and my name isn't mentioned. Y'all ain't been making impressions. Now your boy got some haters intentions. Yeah, I just came back from the future. Turns out you ain't shit. Keep talking that talk, can't walk there.
Yes, 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 baby. We're here. We're ready to go. New little areas about to be had. And we're going back to the Biscate. The Biscate. Biscate sounds like a biscuit. A nice little delicious snack for us here in this incense pot. Hope you all are enjoying whatever day I upload this on, enjoying the playthrough. Go ahead and give a subscribe and a like if you like the shit that I do. We are ending 3.0 this episode with a couple of bosses. A couple of fun fights over here at the end of a Biscate area, so I hope you guys are prepared to brawl, prepared to lay it all on the line, because things are getting complicated, things are getting complex, so it's time. It's definitely time to set the standard for a new version of life. You know, every time we upgrade versions, we're gonna upgrade habits, we're gonna upgrade lifestyles, we're gonna upgrade our thought processes. You know, just becoming better and better critical thinkers. Because we are gamers, so you know, what the fuck else muscle are we gonna be using regularly? You know, that's the one muscle as a gamer that you have to use. So if you are a brain dead gamer, then I apologize. You're not gonna get very far. You know, you're gonna get picked last on Marvel Rivals. You know, you're gonna be ignored on the Discord. Us brainless gooner gamers need to rise up and become one of the thinker gamers. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, guys, I feel like we've complicated everything simple. I feel like we have. I feel like we truly have. Everything's simple in life. You know, like exercise, diet. You know, finding a stable income, all this shit. We've made it way too complicated. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Gen Z realizes this, and that's why they're rejecting the natural, you know, work ways we do, because it's obviously not working for everyone. And with this world that we live in now, I think it's very hard to find a one-size-fits-all solution. But that's what school is doing. That's what school is trying to delude you into believing. That there is one solid way, there's one solid method to actually fulfill your goals and achieve your dreams. And I'm here to tell you, there's a lot of different ways. All you gotta do is pick one, and honestly, it doesn't even have to be the right way. It could be the completely wrong way for everybody else except for you. But because you did it for, let's say, 5 to 10 years and you started early, guess what works for it? It works for you and no one else. And don't we love that? Don't we love when we have like a unique story and path? But let me tell you something, guys. Not many people walk the same road. That's why when I decided to walk the path of a leader, to walk the path of a leveler, to walk the path of a grinder, you know, and just sort of, not the gay dating app, but you know, I am on there. I'm active. Anyways, you know, when I decided to walk the path of grinder and go suck a bunch of black dicks, it just so happens that a lot of people don't walk that path with me, you know, and that's okay. You're gonna realize that when you start witnessing yourself changing into whatever you want to call yourself, whatever, you know, area or of thing you identify as, when you start changing into that, a lot of people are going to leave. Sometimes unwillingly. Sometimes you have to kick them out. Sometimes they kick themselves out. But, yeah. Moral of the story, most people aren't going to stay there with you. Most people are not going to stay there with you. So, Stop trying to make everything so complex. Like, how do I save them? How do I keep them with me? How do I blah, 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 blah? No, I preach this as a thinking channel, as a, strong opinions, but never skipping on the actual analysis of problems. But I will say, a lot of these problems that have to deal with our relationships are not problems. Are not problems. They are differences in opinions. They are biases. I wouldn't call them problems. Just like this, with this boss. This boss isn't a problem. You think this is a problem? You think I'm having trouble, don't you? No. Sometimes all you need to do, just like with a relationship, is just give up. Destroy yourself. Die. Die, 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 die. Self-delete, because you can't say suicide on YouTube. It's fine. I said it because we're not monetized yet. But when we do get monetized, I will play by all the stupid fuck-ass YouTube rules. But yeah. You just gotta self-delete. You gotta, because there are always three parts to the relationship. There is you, there is them, and then there's the relationship. And if you just go into that relationship, it's in between you, cut off the line, destroy that. I'm not saying destroy them. I'm not saying destroy yourself. I'm saying destroy that third entity. And once it's destroyed, once it's dead, you can make the decision to build it again. See, now that this is dead, that our relationship with Antonello is dead, I have the choice on when to fight him again, when to pick up my mantle one more time, when to revive. I can even revive here. I can revive at the church. I can do whatever. I can do whatever, but I have that freedom. And when you are trapped in the midst of something good or bad or whatever, it's one thing. It's very hard to gain perspective on that and see what's going on when you're in it. But another thing, it's definitely almost damn near impossible to change it when you, one, don't know what the problem is, and two, you're actively contributing to the process of making it into something that you don't visualize yet. You may have an accurate visual for what you want your love life to be, but it's obviously not, coming through perfectly here. So rethink yourself. Relink and rethink yourself. I don't know what I was trying to say at first there. We're gonna give this a second try. Right off the bat, it's going a lot better with the crazy stuns from his special. Oh yeah, this is probably gonna be over pretty quickly, actually. So you got another special. But yes, guys, remember, don't make things too complicated. If shit ain't working, guess what you need to do? Get out of there in whatever way possible. And I don't care if it's only, it's only working a little bit. I only have to pee a little bit. It's just a little, it's a little tingle. Ooh. Well, then guess what, man? You will not have this same opinion when the shit truly hits the fan. When the pants are wet, when your balls hurt to pee. I don't know if that actually happens to some people when they don't pee enough or do things with it. You know what? I'm gonna get past this topic. Anyways, I was ready to. Oh my goodness. Okay, so let's move on. Let's move on. Talk a little bit about freedom here, because I was recently freed. Well, technically. I was recently freed from a situation that didn't fully serve me. And when I say didn't fully serve me, I know that's annoying therapist lingo that people like to use and whatnot. But when I say didn't really serve me, what I mean is for my well-being, to make my mental and spirit feel okay, as well as the body, I require growth, not only physically but intellectually at all times. Which, doesn't necessarily have to leak and gravitate on towards my peers. People don't have to grow with me. But but I will acknowledge when you're not growing. How can I not? How can I not? And I will acknowledge when my environment isn't conducive to my growth. I will acknowledge when I'm in a place that I kind of just do the same thing, run over the same, momentarily, roadblocks. And I notice when I'm the one teaching people at my place or whatever I'm at. So I acknowledge when I'm the one teaching people lessons and not the other way around. And lately, there's a lot of the activity going on there. So I've been freed from that situation, but a lot of people wouldn't view that as true freedom. What necessarily happened to me? And I think, and you guys can write this definition down in your little notepads. I think real freedom is being able to do the things that others don't want to do or can't do. Rather, not necessarily just being able to do anything, but having the ability and the choice to go places where others may necessarily not even want to go or care to go or even know that such a place exists. And I feel like that's true freedom. I feel like a lot of times we think we're gaining freedom from dreams that were never really ours in the first place. Or we think freedom is mostly financial when you're still like a wage slave, essentially. You just earn a lot of money, so it seems like freedom. And essentially, if you want to truly get into the basis of my philosophy here, then what I want to say is that most times when we think or when we say freedom, when we talk about being free, we don't consider discipline. We don't consider regimen or guidelines. We consider that like rambunctious, I do whatever kind of attitude. And that's just not necessarily what I view freedom as. I think a lot of structured people are free. I think a lot of people without schedules and people who kind of just, those motherfuckers who just kind of show up late all the time and, are always disorganized. I feel like those people need to stop texting me. I feel like those are the true slaves. Slaves to time. Which really sucks. And I can understand being a slave to time because it feels like we never truly have enough, and it feels like a lot of people are sort of trying to capitalize on our lack of it, inherently. A little frustrating, and a lot of people are scared of that because, when you miss your chance, you miss your time, you get abandoned by everything or anything. An animal could even do it if you wait too long for them. And strangely enough, that is one of the most common fears. Abandonment. I'd say abandonment. Public speaking. Of course, there's heights, but yeah, people don't want to be left alone, and that's crazy to me. Because that's mostly what I've wanted my whole life. And I thought I was weird for wanting that. I thought, there's no way I really want it. I doubted myself a lot, but that was just my intuition that told me that having a lot of friends and being around a lot of people is just not necessarily for me. Now, I've actively worked against this my whole life. I've had, people around me for periods of time, but then I usually get tired of them, and it's a natural waning of time together, which I'm cool with. But I would oftentimes back in the day get self-conscious with myself and think, it's a two-way street, but why am I not walking my side of the street? I'm such an asshole. I don't really like this person. Blah, blah, blah. Why am I terrible? When in reality, it's your intuition telling you that you just prefer different, deeper levels of conversation than people sometimes give. And oftentimes when someone knows you enough, they stop delving deep into you, if you know what I'm saying. Now, if you're around the right kind of person, they're just going to keep delving deeper and deeper and deeper until your relationship is at a place where you just naturally have to go to that higher step, or you're both lying to yourselves about your feelings. And I've done that before. But naturally, I've said this before, I don't think I'm the type of person to hold down one specific girlfriend, or at least I didn't think I was, but now I realize I'm not the type of person to hold down one specific anything or any person, I gotta let them go. I gotta let them fly. Eventually, maybe there'll be like a main vocation, but I definitely enjoy the spice of variety in life. On top of the fact that once I learn someone, I definitely get tired of them. And I don't know if that's because I tend to not be able to go past surface level with a lot of people. Once I've made my impressions, once I go deeper than that, it tends to do the same thing that others do to me. You go back to surface level, and you go back to, oh, they're doing what they do again. Not to say that I think people are generally uncomplicated. But I think the basis of what you are, your spirit is, can be very, very simple. And a lot of people are deceiving themselves into thinking that they're very complicated. And I don't think that's helpful. It's kind of like storytelling in general. You can have a complex plot and a simple story, or a simple story and a complex plot. Now, the problem is when everybody deludes themselves into thinking that their plot is super complex, when in reality, you just got a big tits and ass. That's it. And that's not a bad thing. You can have simple story and simple plot, and that's just not a bad thing. Definitely not. But it's kind of like I've talked about before with the annoying. Oh shit, the cutscene ended. Well, I'll just add another cutscene on the end here. With the annoying fact that people love to put on the aesthetics of confidence, or the magic essence of popularity and progress, which comes with the confidence. And I think inherently, if you don't do it, just don't try to be it. But, it's hard because a lot of people are attracted to confident people. A lot of people are attracted to those who speak their mind, to those who are progressing. So to put on that aesthetic, it's very attractive. But most people don't do it. Let's be real here. Most people don't actually work on themselves. Most people just lie to themselves about how much work they're doing. Like I said, guys, I'm trying to adopt the opposite mindset. I'm trying to let nobody know about this channel. Nobody know I'm working on anything. Nobody know I'm even working out. Actually, I just started working out like maybe the beginning of this year, a little bit last year too. Shit's changing on the body, and I feel like people are actually noticing, and it's a little annoying because I'm like, why are you noticing? Leave me alone. But yeah. I want the opposite effect. I want to work as hard as possible and no one to see results or talk to me about it or anything until I'm already way past the communication level. But that's just me. I hope you all learned something, maybe about myself, maybe about yourself. And I hope you all find some freedom. Maybe simplify your life a little bit. Okay, so that was Nadrakaka Poopy. Thank you for watching. And next time we will explore the Fire Realm. Appreciate y'all. I'll see you next time. Love it.